there's a lot of people still out there that are being born into factories. A lot of mums that don't raise their child properly and they're getting groomed on the streets, or they're live all just looking at what's going on and deciding to make those decisions off of how things are going on and get caught up. And that's a real thing.
We didn't really have a plan, like not to just be like, oh, that's how bear man say it, like, oh, I didn't have a plan. But bro, we didn't have a plan. We just knew consistency. You get me? Like, if we're gonna do it, then we need to put 100% into everything that we're putting out there. You get me?
People are looking at me, but they're trying to clock, is that my man? But I don't know what you're thinking. So I'm looking at someone. I'm like, you might look at someone. No, when you know someone's looking at you.
Yeah.
Look at it and give it a quick double take, but he's still looking. So it's like, oh, it's good. It's happened bad time. I go Birmingham shopping centre and that. Used to follow him around the shop, like to flip it on them. Like, oh, it's good. Nah, bro. Like, man, just make sure it's you lot. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Winners talking.
Yeah, man.
Whoosh.
Everything good?
Everything blessed.
Car pathetic. Are you mean? Yeah. You man good?
steady.
Bro, come on, normal. Let me check the time. Yeah. They are in the buildings, the hustler.
Yeah, man.
Councillor Locious, co-host as always, Big Dougie Doug.
Yeah, man, we're there.
What you saying to me?
But I'm there. Today is one of them days, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're
it's one of
putting
them
in the work
days,
as
yeah,
always.
Putting a good shift today now.
Yes.
Works after works. We're here. It's another one. Winners Talking podcast. Special guest in the building today.
Come on.
Daps has said 17 times they're the street's favourite. Said it 17 times. They're not even,
Said it a few
said
times.
It a few times.
Said
Like,
it a
in case they heard you the first time, but you said it the next.
Let it be known.
Let it be known. That's how we big up. That's how we big up the guests.
I know.
But it's me that got the man in it. What, you think I don't know what I'm doing? That's what he's letting me know, you know.
Yeah, like man just did it by chance.
Yeah,
Let me just see man outside.
big artists in the game.
Yeah, man.
Big numbers. You understand?
Yes, brother.
When it comes to the drill scene, you must mention them. When it comes to UK, you must mention them. Pioneers in the thing. You understand? Early doors, these men were racking up numbers that you can't even imagine. Some man will never see in their lifetime. You understand? They've been quiet for a minute, but I think they're back outside right now.
Yeah.
Again.
Back out.
Skengdo and AM in the building. What you saying to me, man, bro?
We live, man, bro. You know
Yeah,
the
man,
vibes.
come on, man. It's only right.
Steady.
It's only right. Yeah, the work's been consistent. You understand? Yeah, you men have done great work out there. What you saying? How's it? How you feeling?
Good, my bro. I'm good, my bro. Can't complain. How you, man?
Right, we're there, man. Works are running. You see how we're moving.
Yeah.
You
Come
know?
on,
You see how we're doing it, you know?
So what we saying now? You look back to work. It looks like you look back to work.
Fully, bro.
Yeah, fully.
Something just
What,
dropped.
fully like it's 2016?
Yeah, bro.
Something just
For
dropped.
us,
Like,
017.
Oh, 17. Yeah, that was you lot. Yeah, you lot went crazy. 017.
Yeah.
That's the vibe we're
proper
trying
things.
to bring back still.
Yeah.
The work rate, everything. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause
No, big up you, man, still, car. You, man, had everything in a chokehold them times there still. And it's not an easy thing to do. Coming from where you lot come from as well to make such an impact as well. And you've had bare fight downs as well, but we're going to get to all of that. We're going to get to all of that. So let's start with like the important questions. Would man them let their girl go naked on the red carpet like Kanye did?
Louise.
What I'm saying? How man them feel about it? Would man them doing that?
that's a mad man.
That's a mad
Still.
thing.
But
I'm on that.
You know what? Someone was saying to, something about Kanye's manipulating her and all of this, and I said,
Tired
you
of
know
hearing
what?
that shit.
I said, you know what? I said, right now, she's fully down for whatever she's part of this
Yeah,
thing.
you're
now.
100.
You don't marry a man knowing that he's done whatever he's done with previous relationships and whatever, and marry him thinking that it's gonna be different. You're fully game. You get what I'm saying? So she's on it and she's there living her life and doing her thing. So fair play to them, innit? You get me? Let them crack on. But
What you saying?
gal
Man
ain't
them, what you saying?
my gal ain't walking naked and barefoot and all that.
That ain't happening, bro. That ain't
You know what's so
happening, bro.
nuts? Like, I see the youth, like, as they've walked on and taken pictures and that, I see him step back and let her do her thing. Like, so he's fully embracing it. Like, yeah, that's he can sign that still. He's like, yeah.
He's with it.
So, boy,
Kanye's supposed to be a freak still, so he's with it.
hey, bro,
Yeah,
mad.
it's not my type of thing still.
We don't.
Not at
We
all.
don't live so. We don't
But
live
I'll be real, it's a talking point. I wouldn't go that far to get a talking point in it. There's 100 other things you could have done, but naturally everyone's talking about dude, innit?
Yeah, and he was posting straight after that his girl was like the most Googled Like his wife.
Yeah, it's all publicity stunts,
He knows how to play the game, innit?
Yeah, it's all publicity stunts. When you look at it, everyone's doing, well, not everyone, bare people are doing bare things for clout. Like the level he's at, he's just
Clout king.
he
knows how to run it. He knows how to play the game, innit?
The whole different level. So what we say? Let's focus on the big dogs in the building now. There's a project coming. That's what I'm hearing. What are you saying? Tell me about the project, bro. What
Manafa, you know what it is? Manafa actually let the people them know this is the first time I was actually putting it out there in public. You get? I made sure that it's on a platform that man respect and everything like that, innit? But 2 Bunny 2, 2 Bunny 2 is a sequel to the original. That mixtape there, the original meant so much to man because it was a time in man's life where it was either this or that.
Yeah.
So in a way, that project kind of saved man.
Yeah.
Because it let man understand what we can do, what we're capable of.
Yeah.
You get? So to us, it's a lot more personal than just the sequel to the tape and rare. It's like, nah, this is a proper like part 2 to what we'd started, and I feel like it's a good way to kick off the year because it shows that we're in that mode again. Yeah. We're back in our stance, ready to go. So. 2 Bunny 2.
2 Bunny 2, yeah. Let's applaud it up, even though man ain't heard it yet. Just for the fact that man's still about. Man's around to put out 2 Bunny 2. It's not easy to be around to even put out our next piece of work. Yeah. Understand? So what we got to? What's the vibe on 2 Bunny 2? What we dealing with?
The old school drill vibe, bro.
Yeah.
Just keeping it the same vibe that we gave the first one. Do you know what I mean? Bro? Like profit production straight through. Same thing that we done last time. Just collaborating. I think we worked on it. How long did we do that for? About a year, bro. Like, so the whole of last year, we were just working on this tape. That's why a lot weren't really dropping last year. We wanted to, but obviously we wanted to make sure everything was patterned properly. You get? So yeah, this year is when we're gonna be releasing the bangers and getting out the tape fully and that. You get me?
Yeah.
Starting the rollout for it and everything. You get me?
How many tracks?
I believe it's 11 or 12.
Yeah, because we done a lot of taking off and putting back on, so probably around 12 still. Solid.
Yeah. And what, it's done, it's ready to go? Or you still just putting the finishing touches?
So it's
done, bro.
Still, it's been the main bulk of it, like the show of it, was ready from years back, like at least 2 years ago. But it's not one of those things where man was just gonna rush it and slap it out, like so. We had to take that time and go through each track individually, say what's staying on there, what's leaving. Obviously the fans that's been following on the socials can see like the songs we've been doing recently. We dropped about two or three songs from the tape so far.
Which ones are the ones you dropped? I know you dropped Gangsters.
So it's Come Outside, Gangsters,
Come Outside,
Streets,
and
with the fours, yeah. So that's 4 out of 12 already that the people them got. And the reception's been mad. I'd say it was a risky move because we're talking about a vibe that was kicking, let's say, not even 5 years ago. This is like 6 or 7 years ago now. 6 or 7 years ago. And no one else is doing that because everyone's following the trend in it. Whatever's kicking now, not everyone in it, but more time, whatever's kicking, people want to stick to that because they know it's going to work. But we're going against the grain with this. And it's the risk man's willing to take because it means more to man than just following suit. Like this is how we initially came up, being ourselves and being different from the rest. And people took to that. So that's what's going on right now.
Wicked.
All right. Going back to early doors, when you lot was first coming out, because you lot from both Brixton, innit? Mansfield. Both from the same estate.
Yeah.
Okay, so you men have been brethren from what they went.
Yeah.
I love to hear it. Love to hear it. So before I even get to that, so when I RE or any of them on, like I asked them, I say like, do you think that why do you think Brixton hasn't had that artist that's gone? You understand, like other areas, and you said that Brixton's kind of stained. You understand, it's harder for you. Like you feel so as well. You think you get kind of a fight down because of all the,
Yeah, I think personally, I've seen it through the years with all of the big artists that come out of Brixton. Like they all get to like. It's like they're just about to make, and I mean proper, like just about. And then, but it's difficult, innit? But it's like the police got a big hand in it because obviously the 196 form or the What was that film again? The
I don't
one
know. I know the full.
yeah. That was a real thing in it. So it was a big thing for gigs, and things like that. So they had their ways of stopping an artist's development, and we already know being an artist is more than releasing music. You got to do your shows.
Yeah.
You got to be public. X, Y, Z. It's more than ever. So when all of that's going on, it's not impossible to break through that barrier, but it is difficult, innit? So it is why I feel like that's the reason why a lot of people kind of reach the level and then it's hard to see a way through it. I wouldn't say it's impossible though, but it's 10 times harder than it is for other people.
100%.
I hear that. You know, one thing, everyone I've said to, I spoke to a couple people and said that you were coming on, you know, some big people as well, like media companies, all of that. And the first thing that enough man say is, them man are intelligent, them man are smart. Them man can talk, them man are smart. Understand? Do you think it's, because people might think, it's just talent. You understand? It's just talent. That's how you're talented and then you bust through. Let people know about some of the marketing or the planning or whatever that you've used to like put yourselves in position. Cause sometimes it's underrated. People don't realize, like they think, nah man, you just went studio, made a tune, made 2 tunes, made a mixtape, and that was it. Talk about some of that from the early times to now, like some of the moves you've had to make to navigate the space.
Bro, I feel like at the beginning, we didn't really have a plan. Like, not to just be like, oh, yeah, that's how bear man say it, like, oh, I didn't have a plan. But, bro, we didn't have a plan. We just knew consistency. You get me? Like, if we're going to do it, then we need to put 100% into everything that we're putting out there. You get me? Everything that, Carl, we're one of those people, like, if we put it out there, like, we might have a team with us, but when we put it out there, bro, it only affects me and AM. Do you get it? So if we don't like what it is, the product or whatever, and we're 50, half and half about it, it's like, bro, we shouldn't be putting it out there in the first place. You get me?
Yeah.
So when I come up, we'll just bear sacrifices, bro. Like studio, like man's come from like just, you know, being on the block and that. You get me? So having to go studio, like get yourself into that mindset, like, yo, I'm going booth, I'm gonna do the videos, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go here. Man's gonna put myself out of the comfort zone, chatting to people and doing the interviews and that, bro. That was a lot in itself at the start, you feel me? But obviously, naturally, it just became a normal thing over time.
Yeah, all right then. So when you're in position now, though, now that you're in position, what are you doing to make sure, like, you know, to put yourselves ahead or to keep yourselves in a certain spot? Because it's easy to, getting there's the hard part. Staying there's even harder. Or to elevate is even harder.
Keeping that, staying in the mind frame of this is what we're doing and this is what we're sticking to, that is the hard part, innit? And obviously I've said this before, I ain't said it on a pod, but I said it before, we was going through, we started, our first track dropped 2015, innit? First track dropped, Rare, that together. 2016 was a year of madness, just madness. 16, and then 17 kicked in, and me and Skengdo got the conversation, like, I got one of my old phones and I found a WhatsApp combo of where we decided, like, yo, what are we doing? Are we doing this thing or not? Kind of vibe, innit? We had that conversation and we're like, bro, man's on it. Then, as I was saying, that, but in a 5-month period, so from January to May, most of our bangers came out, talking about Crash, Mad About Bars, Foolishness,
mad.
back to back, 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, bam, 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 dropping. You get me? And then that's what came out of that. You get it? So
do you think that came out of, when you say 2016 was mad?
Yeah.
Talking on the block, 2016.
On the roads,
on the roads, it was mad like that.
Yeah.
2017 comes off the back of what's going on. Do you think that was your
It
inspiration?
was 2016 was more of a battle of that and the music.
Yeah.
You get it? So the music in where man's from is not how it is now, whereby someone will come up rapping and people are rating it.
Facts.
Back then it's like, bro, man's not even talking up the things, but it's like, it's kin to it to a degree. It's like, yo, now our side I ain't known for that. We ain't known for, we're keeping it real. We keep it real. So man's situations is happening and we're keeping it real and the other side ain't keeping it real. If I'm being honest, they're making music and saying certain things and I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, how is this allowed? And then the mandom's retaliation to that is, let's take it to the street. But we started to realize, obviously, naturally, it's going to happen anyway. It's going to be the streets, But with our music, we're not releasing because things ain't been sorted out in the street yet. Then we're going to release after a couple months. and then stop and then release after another couple months. But on the other side of things, they're on this consistency thing and they're getting the results for it. So we had to sit down and really ask ourselves, yo, like, we can prove ourselves in the streets till the cows come home, bro.
Yeah.
Fact.
But in terms of this music thing, we might as well turn that off then and say, yeah, forget the music. Let's do what we're doing. Or man can say, let's turn up the heat. You get it? And it doesn't matter what's going on in the streets. Man's still going to do this side of things the way we want to do it. And then that's how 2017 kicked in the way it kicked in. Yeah. It's like studio. Okay. These times, no Spotify, nothing's going on Spotify.
Nothing.
Everything's just on YouTube, straight. Yeah. And no streams, no nothing. Just straight YouTube, dropping. So like all of that stuff, we only patterned the Spotify in like September 2017. Yeah. So from Mad About Bars dropped in May, and all this everything dropped and crashed and all these things, nothing was on streaming. It's shit. And man's not getting the YouTube bread. So it's like guys are seeing numbers, but that don't mean nothing too, man. The most it is like man's getting a 1-2 uni show, and then after like September is where the uni shows really kicked in.
All them views you weren't getting no bread from on.
No. All till this day.
Oh yeah, they're all on the other platforms.
Yeah, all to this day, but that's how it works. Like man's gassed to even be on the platform.
On the other platform.
Yeah. Right. Man's gassed to be on the
be
there.
He was
man's
link up and all of them.
The best players and that. Man's gassed to be. Big up Danny as well, though. Danny helped us a lot on our journey because he weren't shagging, man, when it came to. He was just active. He's shooting. If man say man need a video tomorrow, he's there. Drive man to Amsterdam, shoot a video. Like Danny was active still, so man can never take that away from him. Still, I think he even introduced us to Prophet and that.
He did actually.
He played a big part in man's come up.
Cold. See, when the boy them tried to no, they did not even try to. What track was it they took down again?
They took down a bag of tracks. But where they clamp, you know what it is? It's a timeline. Yeah. So obviously this is 2018, but if I give you a rough breakdown of what was going on, so cool. I already explained the first 5 months of 2017, we slapped out bare tracks. Yeah. Then we continued that for the rest of the year, innit? Started getting shows in like 2017 summer. Two Bunny, the original tape with Macaroni, Mansa Musa, and that dropped in December 2017, innit? Yeah. So by then we're feeling ourselves separately. Feeling ourselves 2017. 2018 kicks in with Danny. First thing, Danny's flying us to Vegas, doing shoots and that, boom. Attempted drops.
Crazy. No, I shouldn't
man's.
say
that. We'll get into it.
I'm showing too much.
We'll get into it, but I'm trying to fast forward it.
Peace for the youths.
I'm trying to let everyone know. I'm trying to let everyone know in the timeline when man got clamped, innit? So cool. We're talking about attempted dropped. All of these things. Right, that was probably around about, I don't remember, it might have been around May or something. Cool. Then man's flying off, man's buying land and doing rare. Then August, September kicks in. Fly America, Chief Keef thing.
Right. Bang. So take it back. For those not, who's Danny?
Press Play. Press Play Media.
Big up Press Play.
He's the mastermind behind it. Back then he used to shoot all the videos. Now he just controls the thing. But Danny Press Play, he helped man out a lot. 2018, everyone that knows man's 2018, 2017 catalogue, Danny was helping man behind most of those.
I see it was Press Play. I remember it was Press Play.
But those years, 2017, 2018 was make or break for man because like now how it is now where we're doing this pod and then we was in booth the other day and we're getting back to our schedule whereby every single day man's busy. Every day. You get it? So obviously, as I said, attempted all of that. That wasn't even like a main track. That was an in-between EP between two tapes. We had we was on tapes and was on our tape run and we're like, can't we just stuff out some things because there was a lot of talking on the streets for things that was going on. And the man's like, yo, let me tell them something. We didn't expect it to go how it went, but by right, Heady One and that had their Know Better. Around that time as well. So it was a time where Joe started to get a bit unfiltered. Everyone's like, raw. As I was saying, though, September, we went to America, done the Chief Keef thing, came back, and then we got clamped as soon as we come back. Served.
Yeah, as soon as we came back.
I'm German because I missed out the tour. We had our first tour in February. February, March?
April, around them times,
Yeah. That was our first tour, UK tour, sold out.
Nah, then the second, it was after the second. No, actually, I'm trying rubbish. It was the first tour.
Because we done 2 tours in 1 year, in 2018.
Which was the tunes you was touring off mainly?
Crash.
Has to be Crash.
the whole Two Bunny tape, to be fair,
Yeah, because the first tour was a Two Bunny tour.
and that 2017 run, just those songs.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that was
Labeled
like,
in or distro. What was the situation?
Straight distro our whole career.
Yeah, you man have run it right.
Yeah, whole
That's why
career
man
still.
buying land. That's why man can buy land.
Yeah. You get me?
So all right.
Yeah. So now I'll just talk about the tour in it because I missed out that part of the timeline. So we had a tour in 2018, attempted rare, and then when America, big UK America collab, came back, clamped by the feds. But these times our second tour had already been patterned and planned. So our second tour was in December. So obviously when they clamped, man, if man's getting into that, it was dark.
Yeah, man, I want to hear
64-page document. Me and Skeng got a joint company, joint account. They're saying we can't be in contact directly or indirectly. If you breach these terms, 2 years imprisonment.
no, you know what you say
Nah,
out
bro.
loud, yeah, get it?
It's dumb, bro. It's dumb. It's dumb,
You
but
can't see each other. You can't.
Bro, we can't
Can't-
even talk to each
I
other.
can't
like,
call, I can't
we
call
can't
my
even call
brethren,
each other.
And he's with Skeng.
Yeah.
I can't talk to him
That's what
directly
I
or
thought. I
indirectly.
know about the bridgings. I wouldn't have thought they'd say you can't talk to each
Yeah,
other.
that
But
was-
you man have to work together.
That was
How are you supposed to eat?
That was the first. That was our
was-
first serving in it when we got served. Like they started bringing up things from OC days. I'm talking about things from 2003.
Yeah.
And they created this long document to say this is what these guys came from. This is who they are. This is what they've caused. Anything that's gone on in the streets, anyone that's died, rare, in that document. And then at the top of it, our names. Like, and that's what they served to the judge. So the judge is looking at that like, what is going on? You get me? So yeah, as I was saying, they stopped man from chatting to Skeng, banned man from how many 2 postcodes in South that covered around 7 bridges, so we can't go into those boroughs. Like just bare things. They stopped man from performing songs and all of that. Like to this point, yeah, even when the thing was done, like venues, when they post our flyers, the police will contact the venue and say, "Rah,
Yeah, that's their
if
thing.
any incident happens inside or outside this venue, you're losing your license."
Yeah, then the venues don't want you.
They
Now.
don't
Yeah,
want man.
that's
So
their bad.
they told the promoter, "Yo, go get someone else." I mean, so
But we've never had an issue at none of our shows.
not one single incident,
One.
Not one, no.
not
Yeah.
one
One.
punch
I'm
up.
saying to you.
Not
No
a punch
one,
up,
yeah,
nothing.
They're
Nothing.
trying to just make out like, man.
Like man shows are like if you go to man shows, you think you're in Glastonbury. Like first of all, the audience.
Yeah.
Obviously, certain shows and that you're gonna get the brothers then,
Yeah.
but most of man
Your
shows,
team reaches, your team.
yeah, most of man
it
shows is
spreads far and
outside,
wide.
it's
You get me?
outside.
Yeah.
And them people that are proper, like I respect them type of supporters. They're proper with it. They come out with the tops and everything. They go buy their green bandanas and come out and show out. So man shows are like Glastonbury. We're doing the ollies and that. There ain't no madness there, bro. There's no
madness there.
aggro, no hype. Like that's not going on. So whatever picture they were trying to paint, it made no sense.
But they're going to say it's the bars. They're going to say, because in the bars,
Yeah.
by the time the tune's done, 10 men are dead. That's what they're trying to say.
No, but that's what they're trying to say.
No, but you know what I'm
though.
saying, don't you, dog? By the time the tune's done, 10 men are dead. Even you men are
done.
done.
Yeah, man, got licked down. You get me? Yeah.
So that's where it is. That's when they're trying to run it
Yeah.
on. And because they don't understand us properly, they just make what they want to make of it. Because people can want to fight me down for this, but I feel drill ain't the cause.
No.
Drill's a
release.
Release. It's like being an artist and you're painting what's going on in your environment.
Yeah.
You understand? That's my opinion, innit?
Yeah.
But I know people try and give it a fight. What do you think about all of that when they say, what do you say to people that say, listen, drill needs to be banned, drill is this, drill is that, drill's the cause of what the youths are doing. Like, obviously you see youths getting killed on the road. Like, what do you say? What do you say to them?
Like, I've maintained the same stance from the day that, like, you can't correlate, like, you can't tell, like, do you know what it is? At the end of the day, yeah, our thing that they were saying we was doing was inciting violence, innit? I said, you look, this inciting word is very vague, because if I'd said in my song, let's say your name's Brandon, and I say, Brandon, if my man robs you, go do him something. And I said that in my song, and my man robbed Brandon and he done him something. I put my hands up and say, I feel like I've incited that. If I say, rah, if something happens, you better know what you're doing, or like, that's up to your interpretation. I've not told nobody to do that. So when you're saying our lyrics are inciting violence, it's like we're not instructing nobody to do anything. It's not personal like that. We're just talking about our experiences and talking generally. So it's up to interpretation. Now, we got fans that are 60 years old. Straight, I got the stats on my phone. That 60-year-old man is not going to listen to the song and go to his boss and start doing him wickedness. It's up to interpretation, bro. You get it? Like, so if you want to blame anyone, blame the people that allow their youths to be listening to certain. If you think your youth's not mature enough to listen to this music and differentiate that this is a rapper talking about what he's going through, don't make your youth be on YouTube then. Or XYZ. Like, why is that responsibility is not on man? But the same way the responsibility is not on the gaming companies that do the Call of Duty and XYZ, or not on the film companies that go if your youth sneaks into the cinema and watches an 18+ film or whatever, or boom, boom, boom. That's your youth's problem. It's not the person that produced the film. You get it? So, like, I think like it's a big cop out. It's a cop out. It's like there's a problem, and the government and police and whatever want to seem like they're dealing with the problem. So they're doing something that everyone can see, and it's the same as medicine, I guess, innit? You go to the GP, you got a headache, you might have, God forbid, you got a brain tumor, but they're giving you paracetamol because it's just dealing with the symptoms. It's not dealing with the problem. So that's what it is, plain and simple. There ain't no two ways about it. No, I'll go on TikTok live and argue with someone till the morning about that point. You can't convince me any other way.
You're talking.
You can't.
Because you know what it is? The worst thing is, this ain't nothing new, bro. Because it's been talking grease on music, but I was talking grease on music. Everyone was talking. I've been talking my shit. You understand?
I agree with everything man said. The only difference is with drill, and I fuck with drill. The only difference is with drill, where I think sometimes it triggers a bit, is the name dropping, and everything's close, innit? Man dropping a man's name,
The name dropping.
another man's next door.
Alright, cool. But I got.
Not be you, man.
Yeah.
I listen to you, man.
Yeah, I got a rebuttal for that though.
But
Talk
the
to them.
name dropping and then seeing a man and they'll be wiped out in it. Or a name drop and then the youth, like you said, 60-year-olds, so the youth's mum or dad's got to listen to the tune where the coins dropped on their name. You get me?
Alright.
That's the bit that's a little techie.
Alright. But hear this one. Before music, the man was on Skype, verbal. I'm talking about like when Skype just kicked in, the man was Skyping the ops. And giving verbal. So regardless,
I know they was though, but you know what man
Say
that's
FaceTime. Man say that Skype, the FaceTime video
when
thing.
Skype introduced
I saw the videos. I saw some
call
of the
thing.
videos. Yeah, you're right.
The man was the verbal, and whatever's going on is happening regardless. Even if it was drill, when it's real rap, if there was no such thing as music and the man were painters, the man would paint the op. Regardless, it's going to happen. Like we're talking about a problem that exists, and it's the street life in the end.
The music isn't the cause.
It's a society
because
problem.
it's
It's
a
a class
It's
problem.
a society problem, bro.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you're talking about, it's gonna. If everyone became singers and were vocally talented like that, names will still be so. The old school ringtones.
See, he smokes weed as well. He smokes weed as well, Carol.
These guys are not even getting on.
Them man, they want to get
Old
high.
school ringtones and them thing there. But what am I saying?
Yeah, carry on, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'll be real. No matter which way you put it, those things are still gonna go on.
It's society, man.
It is.
It is. Listen, they put us in bad situations, and as well, it's a kind of there's a fatherless generation coming up as well, where youth ain't got that discipline or that. You understand that them boundaries that they might have had. Parents have to, mums have to go out and work all day. Sometimes we're left with our brethren raising us and all of that kind of stuff. Not raising us, but like you understand what I'm saying?
Outside.
The man and all of that. So
Outside.
there's a lot of things to it. It's not as straightforward as saying, oh yeah, this music is making youth. There's no way it could happen. In my opinion, no way.
Music is. I just feel like the music is the release, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? That's what. And I feel like maybe with the drill and that it went hand in hand with like man and being able to release it, talk what they wanted to talk, and maybe send messages and do what they're doing. But I don't feel like it was the actual cause of the violence. Do you get what I mean? Like, you know, like man, we use the music to get at our next man and tell him what you want to tell him and whatever. But it wasn't. That weren't the cause of it. That was just another outlet.
And I think as well, you know, you see like when man was doing it and all of that, badness was for certain man. Yeah. Now badness is just everyone. All the youths are on badness. So now it's like, so you see the reflection of it when you're looking out. Like before, I remember when I dropping a tape, and I remember one journalist wrote back, "This is a fantasy. This couldn't be real.
Yeah.
Living this fantasy. Brother, this was just what was going on, but it was just certain people living like so. And now, as we filter down and generations have come, crud's going on everywhere. So it's
everywhere.
reflected in the
But I'll
music.
be honest, yeah, I don't even like when I was first coming up in this thing, I was shocked. Like, I was ignorant. So, like as a youth, I only thought it was Brixton and Peckham that had war. Then obviously as I got older, I went to school across the bridge. I started to see those West London problems, East London problems. Cool. In this day, boy, if a man says there's war in Dorking, I'm not gonna act like that can't be a thing. It can be a thing, but and it could be cracking. Like, I'll be honest, like it's.
Brother, you go up north and you go Liverpool and you go certain
Yeah,
places.
no, serious.
Brother, I was watching one show
Serious.
yesterday on ITV, yeah? It's called Out Here or something. And it's meant to be about country lands or whatever, but it's all white people and a farmer and his youth, and the youth stabbed up a man and this. Because it's everywhere, bro. And they're not acting, they're not acting like it's a shop. You see what I'm saying? It's everywhere, brother. It's a society thing. Like everyone can easily try and it's the drill. It's the drill. It's not the drill, bro. It's not the drill. The drill is a response of what's going on. It's an outcry. If NWA and all of them, man, they were saying fuck the police and this, it was an outcry of what was going on, of what they're seeing. You understand? So if anything, they need to study and see.
Like drill is the birth of or the thing that's birthed from the fuckery that's been going on in the streets.
Yeah,
and how society has moved.
That's it. That's it. Still, I don't.
Do you think guys rate badness so much though? Like, you know, like on the streets, bro. See how you said earlier, like, everyone, like all these youths on badness nowadays, like, but badness is like peas nowadays, bro. Like, man would rather be on badness.
We say that in here, man. Like
than get bread or do something else, bro. But I've always wondered, why is it that you get it?
I don't get it myself, because I said it in here before.
Man, rate the badness so much.
When man was on whatever was going on, man, it was more badness would come because of peace. Like, as a business thing. That's what I knew things to be. But now generations have changed now. Where, like you said, that's the realest thing. Like badness is like, man would rather be on badness than have bread.
It's a crash out thing. Like, I think like there's nothing, like a lot of these youths can't see a way out, so they're just on crashing out. That's what I think anyway. I feel
they're on crashing out.
Yeah, they're just crashing out straight because there's no there's no ways out. Like when you look at society, when we was growing up, we might have a little youth club, a little something to like outlet. You know what I mean? Little things we can do
these
and
young G's, you
do
can't even
whatever.
say
And
nothing to
now
them
these
too
youths,
tough.
like,
but
if they're not involved in the what's where the money is, they're just crashing out.
But it's what I was saying to bro earlier, yeah. I was like, cool, you're you growing up in the ends where, first of all, we got to acknowledge there's a lot of people that are in our community, like not just on the roads, but like the black community, that they like to minimalize people's experiences and make it seem like everyone chose the roads, that they had all these other options and they're dumb. Because why would you choose this and that? There's a lot of people still out there that are being born into fuckeries. A lot of mums that don't raise their child properly and they're getting groomed on the streets, or they're live or just looking at what's going on and deciding to make those decisions off of how things are going on and get caught up. And that's a real thing. We can't turn around and make it seem like everyone's being idiots. You get? So the point I was making from that is you're a little youth in the ends now and this is what you know. Cool. There's youths in the ends that's going to try to test you and try to play with you. The only two ways that's not going to happen is if they fear you and if they respect you. Now, out of respect, you can get respect from the fear, obviously, you know what I mean? The lines get blurred, but you can get respect from making money. You can be a money man and you get your respect. Now, if that's no option for you, your only route is to really go down a route where someone tries to play with you and you show them rare. Now the man will respect you and you're rolling. You get it because you stood up for yourself.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. As I was telling bro earlier, once people don't fear you no more, what you got? You're kind of done now.
Yeah.
You get it? Like, but if they respect you, unless you do something that makes you lose that respect, it might go a longer way. You get me? I feel like respect definitely goes a longer way than the fear. Because at a certain point, someone's going to wake up and be like, brother, it's not that. And now what you're going to have to do. And then it's so nuts because really and truly, the badness thing is not difficult.
No,
when you deep it, it's not difficult. Like if you woke up one day and said, you know what, I'm tired. A lot of men, that's how their thing was. They were getting bullied too much and said, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
I started stepping on everything. And you could do the mad thing in a day. But to do the mad thing and get bread in a day is different. Now, that's where it gets hard.
Yeah.
Because really and truly, you can be like, cool, I want 8 bodies. You get that tomorrow. I want 8 million. You're not getting that tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just like, when I deep it, it's like, it is quite, when you're younger anyway, ruling off of fear and that. But naturally, everyone was in this thing for bread, in this thing for being a respectable man. You're providing for your household. You're doing rare. So I feel like a lot of people look at the glamorized side and think, rah, as long as man's feared, man's running this thing. But that's what's caused a lot of breakdowns in this, what I can see anyway, in this drill thing and the roads.
And worse still, nobody's scared no more. So
Yeah.
Where'd you go
that's
from
where you
there?
buck heads.
Where'd you
Because
go from there?
if I'm saying I'm not having it and I'm not scared of nothing, but everyone else is saying the same thing, that's where everyone's crashing out.
So I'll tell you what's mad, bro. You know, I realized the other day, bro.
Go on.
And it might sound silly, innit? But for those who know. But the art of G-checking is dead. And that's a big problem. Like, I'll be
gone out
honest,
the
like, a
window
lot of
still.
people, man's age group and rare, probably a bit older, can say they've experienced the G-check back in the day. Like, you might have been on someone else's block and you just rolled through and said, right, who's that? I ain't from there. Cool. They go about their business. Nowadays, anything in the night tech, they're seeing that, and I don't condone that. Like, I'm a advocate for the G-check, because it's like, at least man know what you're going out there for. Man's not going out there to get no one innocent or rare. But yeah, nowadays it's
on site.
scary. Yeah,
It's just on
and
site. There's no
how
checking
much
man down.
civvies
Yeah.
are getting
they're
like,
getting down the
are
civilians,
getting
bro. And even
done
the
up.
G-check thing didn't even go in man's favor, cause a lot of it got thrown back in man's face. You get it, like, and there were situations where the G-check thing, the people lie and rare, and then you feel pissed after that. But it is what it is. But nowadays, this whole, like, anything in the night tech,
Yeah.
and then if we're talking on another level now, parents, let's be honest. Let's be honest, bro. If I got a 15-year-old youth, or like 12 to 15-year-old youth or whatever, just a young youth, and I'm seeing him come home every day with his patch and his night tech and his hoodie up and rare, but he's not on road. I'm chatting to him, bro. I'm saying, brother, not in my house, bro. I'll mash you up.
Yeah.
Because I know what the roads, I know what's the situation.
Nah, real shit.
I can't
Real
change
shit.
the situation. It's the same thing, yeah. I don't even know if I want to get into that, bro. But nah, do you know what it is? Come on, bro. I wanna, you know what it is?
go there, bro.
Alright, cool. There's situations, yeah, where the women online will say, rah, I should be allowed to wear what I want and not be targeted in a certain type of way or looked at, or let me just say it in judged in a certain type of light. But what you gotta understand is that problem exists. We're in a society where people do that. So are you gonna go out there just because you know I should be able to and fight it that way, or are you gonna PG it and be
carry
like, you know,
yourself different.
yeah, and just be like, you know what? I know the fuckeries is going on, so let me just pattern that. Now, that's for them to make that decision. But as long as it's my daughter and you live under my household, I'm telling you, you're not dressing like that, because I know what type of youths are out there. I'm not Superman, so I can't go out there and deal with all of them. I can work however I can work behind the scenes and try to make the world a better place. But as long as you're my daughter and you're walking out these doors, you're not dressing like that. And I'm saying the same thing to my son. You're not dressing like that. Man's little brothers in that. You're not on the road.
Yeah.
So it's like that responsibility as well. People need to use their head. Because
And it's true what you're saying, because you know, like, I see one thing and it was like some white mum with her son, but the son's in the ski mask. And he's
they're
in
wearing the
tech,
uniform, bro.
and he's
He's
wearing
wearing
the
the body,
uniform.
bro.
And it's like, really, yeah, it might be in fashion, but you're now putting him in that, and then all of a sudden, man start to think he's that. Do you
Yeah,
get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But
Start
I've always
walking.
said,
When mum's not around,
And I
start carrying himself and start effing and blinding.
No, I
and
always say the youth, you don't need to make the youth too cool, bro. What they got to be cool?
What are
Nah,
these
what are you
fans
thinking
about?
about,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah.
And you know what's the maddest thing, bro? Like, any youth that's under a certain age in my family, bro, obviously they know what man does and rare. See, when I speak to them, I always make sure I let them know I respect the money. I respect providing. I don't. You're not gonna come to me with any type of badness and think
that's
I'm
how
gonna
it
rate
was,
you more. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's how
That
it
the
was.
little youths them know that all man's little cousins and rare. They know, yo, if you're doing your team, if you're working, you're 9 to fizzle, and you're providing, you got your car and you're doing X, Y, Z.
Yeah, we're rating
At 17, 18, you're driving your own car.
we're rating
you're working. I rate that.
But it makes you wonder what they look up to now. Like, I'll never forget the day. I remember back in the day when some elders from back in the ends had like, you know, the old school M3 with the fiberglass roof you could take off and that. Yeah, bad boy, twin exhaust. And then they had the mad colours, like it had the mad gold one and the mad. And the man used to spin the block and man would just be there. We're all chilling and you hear it and they pull up. And you look at and you see that and you say, rah, like, do you get what I'm saying? Nah, I need to be going hard or I need to be doing whatever. It's like, what are these kids looking up to as inspiration for them to want more? Not necessarily be doing badness to get more, but what I mean is like, I would see that and be like, rah, like, you know, when I get up and I do my thing, I want to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You man saying that in your bars though?
Let me think.
I go ask, man. Because that's when everyone's listening. If you could drop one tune in there, because you just spat a hella get. You sounded like me talking. I didn't have to say nothing. I didn't say a word.
Yeah.
So are you putting some of that in the bars? Because that's when you've got the bigger audience.
No, it is. I can put my hands up and say we got some responsibility on our hands now. Knowing that people are looking at us.
Yeah.
And rare. It's difficult still because I ain't never stepped out to be no street savior. I'll be honest. And I give you a dilemma now, yeah.
Go on, talk.
You're from whatever ends you're from, yeah. You're still quite young, but you've leveled up on this money thing, whatever, boom, boom, boom. But you know the rights from wrongs. You know there's a batch of 10 young G's on your ends, 13 years old, 14 years old, coming about looking up to you and saying rare. You know some of them ain't built for it. So you might give them advice, but the free youths that you see there, that you know, this is them. What can you show them? Because regardless of not, if I show you or not, you're going to be on that. So what are you going to do? Are you going to be like, you know what, I tried to show you and let them do their thing? Or are you going to PG them? Like, just personally, this is just a question, innit? Like, are you gonna dismiss them? Like,
nah, I'm not gonna dismiss them. But if I see like they're still on this thing and they look like that's what they're about, still gonna give them the message because remember, like, man's been there, seen it, done it. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So, and we know, like, with our years of experience, we know how it goes. So whether they listen or not, you've got to try and pass the message down and try to get, because you never know. That one time you talk to one of them, two might not hear you, but one might. Do you get what I'm saying? It might sit in their head and it might resonate with them. Do you get what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying because sometimes, but like if they're too far gone, what can you do? But then if we do nothing and they're too far gone, then they're just going to be outside anyway, innit? Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear you fully.
I kind of experienced that. Like, I remember one time I was young, man, these school days and that, probably at 7 or 8, walking through the fields and man, seeing a couple of orders. And these times I used to be army cadets. Me and my brothers walking on the cadet thing, whatever, with the uniform and that. One of the orders is like, yeah, but I rate that, man. You might stay on that thing. Brother, the other youth's just there like, he's like, brother, these men are done, bro. Give a couple years, you're going to see them on the block. Like, live over, bro. Like, live over, man said that. Like, and I'm just walking, but it ringed in my head for years, you know, because I'm thinking, that ain't going to be me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing whatever I'm doing. But when I look back at it, I'm thinking, rah, now I'm in a position. Like, bearing in mind, yeah, whatever we've built in the ends exists. Whatever we've kept going on because there was fields before man.
Yeah.
It exists. And it's not going to stop with man's generation. So there's a new gen coming up. And as long as man's in this thing, that's what man represents.
100.
So it's a catch-22.
I'm saying if you've got 12 tracks, you can give them one. I'm saying in the future, if you've got 12 tracks, you can give them one. Where you try and just...
No.
How you see that, man? But even this is helping. This is helping because this is going to go... You understand?
Yeah.
But I'm saying with what you've got, what you lot have got, you lot could give them one.
Alright, cool. But this is the same thing my nan says. She said, where's the gospel track? I told her, Judge, it was not that time.
That's always going to say that.
No, big up Nanny.
Big up Nanny.
That's what I'm saying.
Shout out, Judge.
I'm saying my calling's a bit different, innit? Like,
Yeah, the call is different.
there's a way man's navigating.
Man ain't saying fully go gospel.
Yeah,
Blessing niggas with my weapon.
Like, at the end of the day, I know my morals and I know my roots, innit?
You don't know what I'm saying, no, innit?
Yeah,
I know. Going off how you lot talk and I know these are things you think about anyway. You understand? But it's hard to deliver while at the same time being on brand, being who you are, and giving the audience. You know what will happen as well at the same time? It will make you feel like you'll do it, and man will be like, what's this?
Yeah.
Bro, that's happened a couple
What's this?
times,
These
bro.
man chat, what these man
They all
build
in the
again.
comments and that, like, where's the drill? Like, what was this?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
no,
They don't want to
man,
hear
no,
it.
they don't want to hear that,
Yeah.
bro. But at the same time, like bro said, we understand that we got a responsibility.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? At the same time of all this drill stuff and being on the roads and whatnot, that there's a responsibility there at the same time.
You don't know when the time is right to do it, but because I hear how you man talk.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why I
and that's the
said-
thing. There's a lot of, and it's a good question, P, because there's a lot of positivity. You can hear it in you man's tone,
You man are
innit? Do you get
talking.
what
I ain't
I'm
had to
saying?
say a word.
Yeah,
I ain't
trust
had to
me,
say a
yeah.
word. These man are spitting game.
But I think things like this is what helps in it, because obviously we ain't been in the podcast light or on social media talking as people don't know what I even do in my spare time. Like we've been out of that for a while because that's not what we came up off. But it's the second. This is the rebirth.
Yeah.
2 Bunny, 2 XYZ. Sit down and we reasoned again and said, yo, what does it take to be an artist in this day and age? Yeah. It's not like old school where we could have been cool and man ain't going on camera and talking and giving man's personality. It's not that no more. Music is just 40% of the thing.
Facts.
Everything, personality is everything. Public image, all of these things. So how are we going to do this? Are we going to go out there and get the people game, or are we going to still be stuck up in our old ways? And that's why these conversations are happening more. And we're growing now.
Super important. And that's what it is. You lot are growing, bro. Like, I can't. These man's age, I was talking shotters, thugs, and kidnappers. That was the line, Not rappers, shotters, thugs, and kidnappers. That's how I was talking. So I ain't no better, bro. I ain't no better. I'm just saying, I'm just asking. You see what I'm saying? But, nah, man. Listen, I'll listen to it because I can relate to it. You understand? And where you lot are from, I know how real it gets. I probably know a lot of you lot's OGs. You understand what I'm saying? And olders from you lot's ends and stuff. Like it's been that way. You see what I'm saying to you? So we're gonna be products of our environment anyway. But no, I just rate the mindset that you lot showing as well. I rate the mindset. You man are talking the thing. What do you think? You lot think on? You see, I don't know him, but do you KO? Did you see it as well, Doug?
Yeah, KO.
He's got 37 years.
That's a madness, bro.
They used his
down his
lyrics
music.
against him as well.
Bro, that's a madness, bro.
Go on.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, still, bro. When I saw them numbers, bro, I was just like, bro, that's crazy. Like, to think, cool, man, don't know the ins and outs, innit? I haven't looked into it. I don't know who done what, what's what. Yeah. But just from the outside looking in, 37 years. What was that? 37 years, isn't it? 37 years, bro. That's a mad thing, bro. And then they stopped his music as well, innit?
Yeah, that was the bad part.
I think
taking
that
down
was
his music.
I think that was the murder for me still.
But
like,
I think
yow,
because he was
murder.
still dropping, and the fact that he's got a fan base, innit? And the thing is, KO's got a good fan base, and obviously the fact that he's still dropping and doing numbers and doing whatever they weren't gonna.
Bro,
have.
I saw the
But
article.
then it's like, where'd you draw the line then? Like, what's the rules?
Well,
Because it's exactly what we
And this is
went
what
through,
people are
was pick
saying.
and choose.
Because you still got King Von's music up, you still got R. Kelly's
But I was
music
see
up.
when
you
I was
still
going through the
got-
comments now. Like,
Yeah.
cool, check this one now. They're saying, oh, King One didn't have no like murder cases and that when all of that happened. They said someone else. I can't remember who they were saying, but they were giving reasons for why bro's been.
Man was the demon.
Do you get sentenced, put down? You get it, like, and now he's dropping tunes. They're in their head saying, brother, he's profiting off of an M. Do you get it? Like, respectfully, that's. You get it? In their eyes, you got to look at it in their eyes,
no,
innit? Like, they're
100%,
saying, brother, you're
100%.
making dough, and we just sent you down for what you get, respectfully.
Yeah.
You know, it is, I done my little ones and twos in it. Like, initially, my first thought was, cool. Remember, that's not man's side of the waters. So I'm looking at a case where there's a family on one side that's lost a child, and a family on another side that's lost a child in another type of way, innit? But I'm just going for what I'm hearing, and I was hearing raw. His drill lyrics is what got him the years. But I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Anyone that's been in the court systems and XYZ knows that doesn't make sense. So when I looked on the little Festify and all of these things that are breaking down the case, it's more than that now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times conspiracy can hold more than the actual, you get me, the actual crime. So
Because he's supposed to have left there or something. Whatever went on, and he made a tune the next day or
No,
something.
but what's
like
happened,
Yeah,
right?
they done all
Yeah,
of
they're
that.
saying basically breaking it down. They're basically saying that the lyrics that he dropped in that tune, only the shooters would have known that the gun was used for both killings.
Yeah.
And that was because they never made that public.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
But even with that, they were saying that's not the main thing they pinned him on anyway. It was all the other stuff, the Snapchat and all of that stuff and rare and
So that just
so
played
they
a
were
part.
basically
What,
trying
soul
to,
sat in that?
yeah, trying to give him, and I don't know for him personally, but the role that they're saying he played in this whole thing, they were basically trying to say this could have gone down without him.
Yeah,
Not
'Cause
just that,
he
not
wasn't
just
the
that he
shooter.
said it in the bars.
That's
what
what
they're
I see.
trying
He
to-
wasn't the shooter.
Yeah. But that's what they're trying to make it out online. Like, raw, my man's just done his music and did it, and they've got him for that. No, you go through the court process, and they're bringing in all this evidence, and the jury's saying, raw, like, my man's guilty. You get it? So it was all the other stuff
Like a
around it. So
conspiracy,
it is techie, but that's just how it goes, bro. You know, that's how it goes, and that's what comes with the territory now. It's just up to a man if he's gonna fold or not. Like, and that's, bro. It's dark. Like these are the parts of the thing that you don't need to say it, bro. Everyone's seen it live in their eyes, and everyone's thinking, right, it's not gonna be me though. But bro, what are you living? What are you rapping? You're saying that X, Y, Z, and this is what you're on. So just know that's an outcome, and it's been the reality for a lot of people from man's block and other people's block. Like when that judge says, "Bam," and it's you doing that time. You get it, and everyone's gonna tell you the same story. There's not one person I know that's come out of that saying, yo, I'm riding this M, but the man them's got me and man's patterned and I ain't heard one success story like that yet. So
success.
you know what I mean? So everyone,
Yeah.
as much as and I was saying, as much as everyone says Joe, you lot know Joe, and Joe's two sides to the coin, bro. Everyone talks about what they're doing, but on the other side of that coin, it's happening to someone else. And you lot are following that story. And then man's bars and that, man talks about stuff. Listen to Attempted. I don't go out there and cap like things ain't happened to me. So we're still giving both sides on the coin. People are looking and you can make a decision. If you don't want to ever be stabbed for being on road, don't go on road. You won't be stabbed because you're on road. You get it? Like, obviously the situation is real, but I'm trying to say, like, it's very simple, bro. The things are in the bars. They're saying, man kicked off my door and booted someone down. Cool. Well, I'm not signing up to the roads. Then it won't happen to you. You're making that possibility. And I always say, bro, if someone's on this road thing and they ain't been touched or nothing like that and they're glamorizing it, you're having a clean run. Because if you're actually involved in wars and things are going on and you're a stepper, you're gonna get ducked down. You're gonna get touched in some form. Like, things happen. On vice versa, nobody just like, this is the roads. This is what happens. I said, to this day, name me one you on road that ain't got a dead brethren, a brethren in jail, all of these things, been snaked by one of their friends. There's not one. If
you're talking about, and let it be known, like I always say as well, that don't mean you're out there. You can just live on ends. Even the youth that are going work, but from your own ends, you got that same list that you just said there.
So I said, bro, if you got a group of 5 brethren, and you're not involved in nothing, and you're like, bro, we need to be on this thing. Just look at your friends left and right. I know one of them's gonna die. One of them's going in jail.
Facts.
Like whoever you like, the percentage of people that actually get out of this thing and manage to make something of themselves is so minimal. It's ridiculous. And everyone thinks they're that one person.
Yeah.
Facts.
But everyone has that jail sentence, so everyone, you know, like, it's always something. Yeah, it's
mad,
always something.
It's mad.
Always something.
All right, let's raise it back up now as well. Let's get back to the good vibes. I like where the man them took the conversation.
Yeah, real shit.
You have to talk to them still.
Yeah.
Let them know what man's about, and that man them are intelligent as well. And man them know what they're on and what they're talking about. He's saying tic-tacs and that, you're old school. Man ain't seen that for a minute. You know how long I ain't seen no one draw for tic-tacs, I ain't seen no one draw for them for a minute still. You know man's True, you know he's about hella game. You know the way.
Yeah, I can chill now.
You get me? Like,
Any collabs on the big project?
No, you know, straight
Rate it.
like how we done the first one. Just me and bro. And Profits. Yeah, man, I can't forget Profits as well, you get me? So it's just us lot on the tape. It wasn't a hard decision. It's just like that's how we wanted to do it, do you know what I mean? Cool. Keep it exactly how it was the first time. Keep that same energy and all around the tape, you get me? But yeah, in terms of other features for singles and stuff, man's trying to lock in with a couple other artists. I won't say too much names and the guys don't want to do it no more, whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean? There, like, man,
Man,
it
I was
happens.
waiting for the verse to come back.
Yeah,
And
word. But there's a good few artists out there that man's reached out to, and they're like,
This shit man's working. Because what you got deep here is all of man's bangers is just me and Skeng.
All of them.
There's
All
not
of
a
them,
single track
Bro,
that
every
we got.
time you said attempted, I feel to start bubbling because I'm waiting for the. You know, like when he just says it, it sounds like the tune.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So none of man's things is reliant on someone else. Like man's going out there performing, and that person's part, they're not there for it. Like it's just straight us. So we've done that for some years now. So now's the time where, cool, let's step out and really like do the feature thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah. What made you two make that connect? There was more of you before, like, and or was you was the first one rapping it, Skeng?
No, you know. What,
You-
out of me
Out
and
of
bro?
you two.
Yeah, I was the first one
Not out of
rapping.
the whole clique, but out of
Yeah.
you two, innit?
Yeah,
And
out
then
of
what?
me and bro, I was the first
And then
one.
bro was rapping about Apple or something.
Yeah. How did you find that?
Oh,
Wait,
bro,
wait. How did you?
Come on,
How
man,
did you
it's
know
the-
that?
it's the hustler, man. It's the
That's
hustler, bro.
mad still.
You know my thing, I do, man.
That's mad
That
still.
must have been one sweet apple still. What was it?
Nah, bro, I don't even remember.
Bro, you know what he says he don't remember, but I remember.
You remember though, like?
Bro was rapping about Apple in a football pitch, and I was like, yeah, you need to get in the booth. Cause it was fresh, like, do you get what I'm saying? Nah. You need to get involved in the studio sessions. And bro was like, I don't know, give it a. I'm like, bro, we're going, man.
Yeah.
And we went to the booth. Bro dropped a track. You know, two tracks, like. But he didn't have no intentions of releasing them. Do you get it? He's just doing it to keep man sweet. Do you get it? I'm like, brother.
Patterning out, yeah.
So you see behind closed doors now, I've patterned the video. Called the cameraman, dropped the change and that.
Yeah.
Called him. I'm like, yo, video shoot. Woo woo. He's like, oh yeah, sit down. Like, which one you doing? I'm like, arting, bro. He's like, what do you mean arting, bro? I'm like, brother, I've already called the cameraman. He's on the ends.
Man couldn't even say no.
Yeah,
It's too
you
late,
can't even
done
say
now.
no now.
It's
He's
done.
on the ends, bro. Let's go. Do you get it? And that's when we done Hammers.
Yeah, because I was all like, brother, this is all bait. He's like, bro, you ain't even got to show your face, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro.
nah,
I'm like, oh.
nah,
You ran with that ever since, brother.
run with that still.
Yeah. No, but see, that's sometimes why it's good to have the brothers then,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Because sometimes a man will just say, listen, let's do this, you understand?
Yeah,
And from
yeah.
there, look what's become of that, bro.
Yeah, straight.
Literally, bro.
Look what's become of that. You understand?
Serious.
Bro was one of them guys, like, when we was growing up, always, like, just rapping around the man them, bro. Never go booth, never drop no songs.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
brother, you're too cold. Bro had about 3 songs on his laptop before
Yeah.
before I
Garage
took him to the
band and them
booth.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, nah, brother.
Obviously, man, personally, I don't like, even why like I was masking up for most of my thing. I'm not really on this bait thing. I don't like the popularity. I don't like being too powerful to that. Man putting up on me and did it. And then it's worse that I don't show my face car. People are looking at me, but they're trying to clock, is that my man? But I don't know what you're thinking. So I'm looking
Yeah,
at
I know the
someone.
vibes.
I'm like, you might look at someone. No, when you know someone's looking at you.
Yeah.
You look at it and you give it a quick double take, but he's still looking. So it's like, oh, it's good. It's happened bad time. I go Birmingham shopping centre and that. Used to follow him around the shop. I had to flip it on them. Like, oh, it's good. Nah, bro. Like, man, just make sure it's you lot. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but my thing is like, if I'm in public, it's so mad. Like, if I'm with bro in public, it's a long day.
Yeah,
But
it's
they
long.
know.
Yeah.
But then,
Straight away.
He ain't hiding that. See from his grins, it's a rap.
Yeah.
No matter what shades are on, it's a rap.
or if I
100.
start talking, like someone's gonna click. Like, hold on. But I clocked it. I deeped it. Like, I didn't think the voice was like that much of an indicator, but I deeped it. Like, if I heard someone like, I don't know, if I was on road and I heard someone like Jada Kiss speaking, I'm gonna know that's dude. I'm gonna go, hold on,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
in that
yeah,
Kiss, like, you know what I mean? So that's how some people look at man. Like, as soon as they hear man's voice, they know, oh, that's my man.
Yeah.
So I had to in public, and I don't really be speaking. I just go about my business, try to slide through a bit.
Yeah. No, man like to be able to just live normal. Man, them come from mad normal environments. And man, this is the thing I keep saying. Like when brothers start feeling themselves too much and all that, they forget. Or I don't know how they forget. Like it's like you still got to check your cousins, your auntie, your this, your that. You see what I'm saying? They're still on ends. So if you're flexing too much, you're flexing on them.
Yeah,
if you're stunting too much, you're stunting on them. So I know man are local. Man, keep it local, innit? No matter where man might be situated, so keep it local. See, like now when you lot come, you're like, yeah, we're just going to shop. You understand?
Yeah.
A lot of man ain't doing that. Like some man pull up and they're like, they want man to get them in fast. They're like, yeah, get in the building. Like,
They would just chill. They're not going nowhere.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So I watch little things like that and say, yeah, you lot move like how man moves. Man, you need that. Like I got to be able to blend.
But
You
the
understand?
ends-
That's why
the ends-
I
The
understand.
ends keeps man humble still, car.
That's what
when
it
man's
is.
off the ends, man's feel like I'm like, oh shit, what am I famous? Like I'm off the ends feeling myself, but when I come back to London, it's boy, you know, man, rare. Everyone's doing their thing, so it's PG. You get me? Like man, not feel overly watched or nothing like that. Man just gets to do man's ones and twos and keeps it stepping still. Literally.
When you man are seeing, I don't know, aside from the big tunes, say Mixtape Madness, and you see it's going. Shout out Mixtape Madness, by the way. I don't think I picked them up in enough. They do a lot. They do a lot for the people. Them
Do a lot, yeah.
For the bros. When you see Mixtape Madness go up on all, I think it's like 35, 36 million. Behind bars, I don't know, 6, 7 million and all of that kind of stuff. Views. Like, before you go in there, what are you thinking? Did you think, yeah, this is going to do a mad thing? Did you know?
Story for that's kind of mad as well, bro. Because number one, that day there was magic in the booth. That's all I can say. Like, there was,
which
there
one?
was
Mad About Bars.
Mad
innit?
About Bars. Because M Huncho, I think he's the second highest viewed one. He was recording that day.
Shout out Huncho. Shout out Huncho.
Yeah, Huncho done his one just before us. So that day, I don't know what was going on in that studio, but they said bangers are being made today. Kenny all said it. Kenny's like, nah, this thing.
Shout out my brother Kenny.
Big up Kenny.
Big up
all day.
Kenny All Star
Yeah,
every
go on,
time.
Kenny
Go
all
on.
day. But yeah, bro, that thing there, you would have thought we sat down for months and planned that tune and practiced and rehearsed it. Bro, we done it that day.
For real.
Like, by the time I got to booth, me and Skeng didn't even decide that part was back to back. He just started spitting his thing, and I started spitting my thing, and it made sense. So we said, fuck it, back to back. Straight.
Crazy.
I had no plan, no nothing. Bro. Was in the
Oh shit, we got a freestyle today, innit? Oh yeah, what time? Oh, I link man at this time. Jump in the car, like as soon as we get there, we're in the hallway just practicing. Like, cool, we're gonna do it. Like
Nah,
this.
bro, was you not? Bro, man, I don't want to heat up your thing, but them times it was definitely the Peugeot times, innit?
Polo.
Bro, but man was having car problems them times.
All of
around
that,
them
bro.
times, bro.
Real life.
Yeah.
Bro,
life.
man having car problems, bro. Like, yeah.
From man left there, reach one block. Man's like, oh, what's going on over here? Like, that's man's life. Like, man's going freestyle, then going straight back to the block and things is going. Like, it's not no man go there, then go to man's apartment and drink champagne and eat noodles. No, straight. All these freestyles and stuff man's pulling up in. Man's going certain place, man's going shows in dingers.
Yeah.
Shell out window and that.
Shell out window.
Cars that's been used for things. And man, that's what else. How else is man getting there, bro? Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah. Real shit.
Car that don't exist no more.
Allegedly up in smoke.
Allegedly up in smoke. Story might not even be true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Allegedly.
We don't even know what you're talking about.
That's why I say they can't even understand the journey, bro. It's not even easy for man to just get to and back from the studio to go and do
real
these things.
shit,
Bro. You see what I'm saying?
Bro,
real shit.
everything going anywhere was a risk, bro. Especially when you got cross the road passer.
Yeah.
Got cross the road passer going anywhere is a risk.
100%, brother. But right now, you lot feel like you're in a good space. What's been going on while you lot have been got? Because you lot was quiet for a minute. What you lot been doing?
Bro, I'll be real. Studio, like personal life, bro. You get me? Like,
Now, real life takes over, bro. Real life takes
The
over.
last drop was like 2020.
And sometimes you have to go away to come back, you know.
like
Real life don't stop. You might
like
stop doing
family
music, but
time and that, bro. For me personally, I just felt like for a lot of time, I didn't spend a lot of time with my family, innit? So I took time to reconnect with family and that, do that sort of stuff, and just work on myself in like terms of like just myself, bro. Mentally, everything, bro. Like dealing with that whole injunction stuff. Do you get having just to accept that it's not really the same no more. Do you get man's gonna have to take a, cause I ain't going in jail for it. Do you get that? I ain't going in jail for rapping a certain lyric and now I'm doing, cause they had us on a suspended sentence for that as well. Do you get? So after that, I wasn't really on it. Do you get? I was thinking, bro, I'll just wait. Had a couple cases as it was already. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just gonna chill out, bro. Man was still going studio though, bro.
these times, man sued the feds for 5 figures. What's man talking about? Tell him again. Tell him again. Sue the Ross Clark Jakes.
Yeah, bro.
Clip John of them on
man
them.
for man's injunction.
Do man, bro.
Man's coming back from a
Imagine this
little
now.
shindig.
Yeah, imagine this now. Man's come from the shindig in East, innit? Rolling, 2-car convoy. Bearing in mind, we're banned from what? Two postcodes. SC1, SC11. But that covers 7 bridges in London. Went east. There's no other way you're getting into Lambeth than through southeast.
Yeah.
Man's cutting through now. Man see a bully, like 2 cars behind us, innit? So man's thinking nothing of it though, but we're just like, yo, watch out for the bully, innit? Just cutting through now. By the time man gets to Brixton Road, man's called the car behind us like, yo, I'll be honest, like, you lot just do what you're doing, innit? Man's got to deal with the situation. They're like, cool. Turned into the block. Bullies followed us. Turned again. Bullies followed us. All the way till man's parked up. It's that time. These dons tried everything under the sun. The good thing is, though, our injunction finished a week before. They didn't know that. So they tried to do man for insurance. Didn't bang. Drink driving. Didn't bang. Everything. Didn't bang. Pulled out the injunction, said, right, you lot ain't allowed to be through in this postcode. We followed you through that postcode. It's 5 a.m. They nipped man, took man's cells, 12 midday court.
Court in the morning.
Because obviously that the injunction is a real thing. It's like if man breached, because we'd already got a breach for performing attempted at man's
that's why we
court.
got the suspended sentence.
Yeah, I remember.
It's suspended, you get me? So not liable, 2 years in the can. And I'd be damned if I'd gone, by then I was like, what, 24, 25 or something.
Yeah.
If I'd gone all those years without hitting the can and I'm going in jail for driving. Brother, get me on something properly, bro. I can't. What are you in there for? Brother, bro. Man made music and then they like, what are you talking about?
I went over
So I said
the bridge.
Westminster Bridge, and they got me like, I said, I'll be damned. Anyway, they took us to court. The judge looked at the court papers and said, brother, get these lot out of my court. This injunctions, they tried to say it was a lifetime injunction. They said it was indefinite. The court said it was 2 years. Boom. So obviously we'd gone about our business. It was laughing. We're thinking, yeah, man, you can't hold us down. Boom, boom, boom. Man's called my solicitor to just be like, yeah, man, they tried to. They did what? You know, you can like, well, like, I don't know, run it, innit? Like, let's see how it goes. It took a second. I promise you this though, I ain't been getting harassed since then. That's right. Yeah, man, cleaned up a little change off of them still.
Yeah, come on, yeah, that's
differently, and that's why people need to know their rights, because first of all, common assault, slapping cuffs on you. If they've slapped cuffs on you, you know what, like every time feds nick you, they're saying something. They're saying Section 23, Drugs Misuse Act or something, or boom, boom, boom. Like they're covering their backs. But see if they haven't, and you can prove that, 3 bags. 3 bags.
Yeah.
No kizzy in black and white. Common assault for cuffing, man. Bare man are old bread, but they just don't know, because they think, wow, I'm doing X, Y, Z. Yeah, I'm lucky to just make it out of that. But I go claim your piece, bro. The police will send that straight to your account. Ping.
Word. They want to settle. They don't want you to take it the full way, bro. Because you will see what you can get when you take it the full way, bro. It's a mad thing.
And don't
so they want the settling thing.
Don't underestimate your experiences and your mental health. I feel like we're in a day and age where brothers don't understand what they're suffering. The government understand that and they take that serious in all other situations. So if you're naturally paro when you're driving, you see lights because you've been getting harassed so much by police and naturally just thinking, I don't want to get rough up or mash up. You might have a form of PTSD. It might not be all the way on that scale, but you might have a form of it. And that's because of them. Now, if you're suing them for something, put that in there, bro. Don't think it's not a thing, because it's a thing, bro. There's a man just saying, come on, man. They're like, man ain't gonna. That's the roads, man. What are you talking about? But yeah, it's up to you, innit? You gotta know your stuff.
That's why these guys are my artists, you know. They're coming and talking.
Drop gems on them.
They're coming and talking. As we start to wind things down now, if you had to 3 words to describe it, album or mixtape?
Mixtape.
If you had to describe Bunny 2, 3 words.
Authentic.
1.
The 1 3.
It's up to you, bro.
Nah, I got my 3, bro.
You got your
Man
3.
said, I know you want your one again.
I don't even need your
Man said, I
friend.
want your 3 again. I got 3, bro. I got 3, you come with your 1.
Yeah, alright, cool. Authentic. I would say energetic. It's not too slow like the last thing. Get me? And a vibe, bro. Vibe, bro. Like it's definitely a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. Like there's not just like when we say drill, it's like is that old school drill, but there's the new school stuff to it as well. Get me? It's a vibe.
I fucked myself still. I should have went with the first thing. I should have went.
Joke, man.
Alright, cool. Let me go nostalgic. I get that. That
Got nostalgia to it,
value
yeah.
still.
Okay. Yeah, you got that feel.
Yeah. I'll definitely go with the vibe. It's lit. Like lit. We got lit songs on there. And I put nostalgic and modern in the same boat because it's
Yeah. You can have that.
there's tunes that is straight raw underground old school. This giving that vibe, and even with Come Outside and that it had so much. Even those two Bunny, people were correlating it to Attempted.
Yeah.
Because it had the same kind of melodic, kind of deep kind of thing with it. So it's still got that vibe, but it's got a modern twist to it. Yeah. So, yeah, bruv, it's a sound that doesn't exist in this industry. You can't go on YouTube and find type beats with that sound. You're gonna have to go straight to Prof, straight to the source, straight to the source and get that vibe still. And then it's like even that. Can you do what man does on that? Because Prof's been working with other artists and their thing is different. I was tapped in. I knew who Prof was in that from Clue, because Clue was working with them with Prof from years, and that was real rap. That wasn't drill. So even that, I feel like man's sound is so unique that it's its own lane in this drill thing. It's its own bubble. Like I don't care about charting. I don't care about none of that. That break that you say man had the chance to get back to what man love, making a song and wanting to play it on the way home. Because I'm like, this is a banger, not because of numbers.
That's right.
Like, oh man, and who said it the other day, bro? I don't remember, bro, but someone said it on a podcast.
Scorcher. He was saying,
it was Scorcher. He was saying, bro, guys will see a song and be like, have you heard that song? It done 10 million views. They're not talking about, have you heard the song? The bars were cold, they're talking about the numbers. So they don't care about, they don't know what they like until someone tells them this is cold. And it's the art of music now is lost because a lot of people, they might want to make this type of music and they end up making something else that's because they know that's going to make the money. And when people ask me, who are you looking into these days? Like, what new artists do you like? I like any artist that's original and authentic. Something that's you. You get me? Not something that, because anyone can find those drill, someone that's doing well in drill and do their type of beat and just spit their bars. It's no different. Because the only thing you're going to bring differently is a better punchline and a better flow. But see, when you find your own type of beat, your own originality, it sticks out to me. And I'm like, hold on, let me hear that. And I like that, you know. That's just me personally, innit?
No, ratings. All right, as we bring things to a close, I just want to big you, man, up for coming through, spitting hella game, and for everything that you lot have done, man. Car, listen, it's my son that put me onto you lot's first still. He was heavy, and he's heavy on these, man. Every time I'm driving in football, brother, just straight on, he said, give me your phone, put these, man, on. And then obviously, because I know I get it, innit? You understand? Like, them joints there, so now, man, just keep the work rate going, man. Man, them rate your thing highly. And it's rated everywhere, bro, locally and internationally. You don't know that already.
Man, do you know, it's so mad, man don't really hear it much, you know. Not really, especially like from man's age group and up.
No, man, I don't know why that happens, but I gotta say it straight, and people can see us say. Everyone in this room, when I told the man them, brother, what? Brother, I'm telling you, across them age groups, like when I told the man them, like when I said it to Doug, Doug was like, nah. Gas for what's going on. When I told Daps, everyone was like, Nikos, when I said to Nikos, I like what I said to Nikos there, he goes, see it? He was like, see it? But that man there, you got gas when he didn't know you man was from Brixton, trees from Brixton, innit?
Oh,
you know you man was from Brixton.
Come on.
He's like, what? For real? How did I not know that? So you see what I'm saying? So now the man them rate you, bro, like across the board. So now just keep that work going, bro. And even just to sit down with you lot and for you lot to break down certain things they did today and let people see that side of you, man. I'm happy that you've chosen to come here and do this, bro.
Thank you.
And for you to sit with niggas, because I watched some of your stuff and I think sometimes people are interviewing you and they don't even understand you or what they're dealing with. They're talking to you like you are an experiment or like they can't relate to man.
Yes.
You understand? So nah, man, I rate it. I get it. I know where you lot are coming from and to where you lot are going and rate it highly. Man. Let's bring things to a close. Like Bunny 2
coming.
Yeah, make sure you get that.
Yeah,
everyone make sure you get
store. You're gonna see that in no time.
It's dropping. You're seeing it real soon. Yeah, the Hustler, Big Dougie Doug, Skengdo and AM. Big mixtape dropping soon. What you lot think of that drink, Mist?
Alright, bro, it's banging.
The taste, the ladder.
I need no chaser.
Cool.
Don't need a
see
chaser
that one
with
there.
salted caramel
That one
thing.
there, when it touches the, is it in the clubs already? What they gonna say?
It's working its way.
It's working its
Yeah,
way
but
still.
when it
Get on
does,
Amazon.
but when it does touch the clubs,
mash up the club.
that's gonna mash up the clubs, bro.
Serious.
A man know about me. I know my juice, bro.
That's gonna mash up the
I know
clubs,
my
bro.
juice.
Yeah.
There's levels to that.
No
still.
kickback, no. It's just smooth.
Yeah,
Still.
come on. That's why I said like if we're gonna promote something,
Yeah.
we're gonna promote the right thing. But anyway,
Come on.
the man then big up Bunny 2. Make sure you get involved. Soon as you see it, get
Yes,
involved.
run
Go
that
back,
up.
listen to the first one as well. Because the first one was a mad
And there's
thing.
tunes out there
Get
already.
this. You
Yeah,
know, like
let
when
them know.
you know, like when a new box set's coming. I always watch the last episode
yeah,
of the
yeah,
old
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Man, them go back,
Run it
see
back.
what's going,
Run
run
it
it back,
back.
and then get ready for this
Run
one.
it back.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Serious.
the hustler.
Come on.
That-
Whoosh.